And he just said, do you want to give God a chance? And I think everyone deserves a chance. Why not even God? It was very clear to me that I had a black hole inside my heart. I've done so much stupid things. That's why I had a black hole. Sin is very simple. It's what is wrong. You know what is wrong, and so do I. When we have committed sin, it's like, I need forgiveness. Okay, I've been asked to share with you guys why I have become a Christian. So I want to tell you a little bit about myself first. I'm, first of all, most importantly, I am a Christian of Jesus Christ, and I'm very proud to be one. Second, I am married to Michelle, the most beautiful woman in the world. I'm sorry, guys. And then I am also a father of 3, very proud father, Gustav, Andreas, and Benjamin. And I love them all very much. Then, of course, as a profession, I'm a medical doctor. I'm also had the privilege to work in the rheumatology department at the Karolinska Hospital and Karolinska Institute. And I did my PhD in rheumatology. That was some time ago now. But then it happens to be that I'm also head of the family of Klint. And as such, I'm also the chair of the Hilma of Klint Foundation. So there's a lot of titles to throw at people. However, I understand that those titles are nothing to God. And really, they should be nothing to people too. But somehow we are impressed of titles, aren't we? Now to the real question, why did I become a Christian? I don't know about you guys, but truth really matters to me. And I just want to read right now a passage from the Bible that I have come to love. And it really shares a lot about what I feel about the subject of truth. And it is from John chapter 8, verse 31 and 32, and Jesus says, if you hold to my teaching, you are really my disciples. Then you will know the truth, and the truth will set you free. I mean, who doesn't want to be free? I want to be free. And I understand that without truth, there cannot be freedom. There cannot be true freedom. It is impossible. So when I was a young man, I was very naive. And it's like, people could tell me things and I would like to, I would believe it or not believe it, but I didn't know much outside of Sweden. So I decided in medical school, I decided to take 1 year in search of the truth. 1 year away from studies, away from everything, studying way too much, way too long, and just devote myself to this one question. People say they have no time. When you're old, I should have done it when I was young, then I would have done it. And when you're young, say, I'll wait until I'm old. But what's the point of knowing the truth of your life, the meaning to life when you're old, and your life has just gone past you? So I decided at the age of 21 to make a real effort. And so I could say to myself at the end of my life, even if I didn't find anything, to say that, I did try. So 1 year I devoted myself. I was studying a lot, reading a lot, and then I decided to travel around the world. I went to Australia and New Zealand with friends, and they wanted to party, so that's where we shifted ways, and I went back through Thailand, Nepal, and India, and I was really much into the Eastern philosophies, Buddhism especially. I even ended up in Dharamsala outside of Delhi and was in the home of Dalai Lama. In the end, I went to a course of Tibetan Buddhism. It wasn't, the truth wasn't there, so I left for home. And it was when I got back home that I was invited to church. It was interesting because the guy who invited me had become my friend in class. And he just said, hey, do you want to give God a chance? And I think everyone deserves a chance. Why not even God? Doesn't he deserve a chance, don't you think? Even God? And when you look for the truth is a little bit more than just a faith in something. The truth is like solid. And if there is like a meaning to your life, it shouldn't matter where you're born, what time you're born in. Was it like 1,000 years ago or today? The truth still is the same, right? And whether you're a man or female, doesn't matter. A man or a woman. If you are old or young. Doesn't matter if you're rich or poor, if you're sick or healthy. The truth is still the same. And if there is such a truth, then it should be true for all those groups. And it doesn't matter anything else. Now, when I was looking for the truth, it was very clear to me that I had a black hole inside my heart. There was something lacking, and it was strange because I had everything I wanted. I was going to medical school, I had no financial problems, I was living with my father, and I had no loans. And life was fine, it was great, I had a good time. But then I noticed that this hole inside, there was something lacking. And what was it? It was like, and I think you all know what I'm talking about. When you get to go somewhere, vacation maybe, you're filled with joy and excitement, but then that goes away when you get back home. Or you get a car maybe, fantastic, but then that excitement goes away. And then you get into a new education, but then that excitement goes away. And then you get into a relationship, but then that excitement goes away. So whatever we try to fill that hole with, then it soon starts to eat back again, and you see that you have that hole. It's still inside of you. And I discovered that the only one that can fill that hole is the one who made us. It is God himself. So that was what I was looking for. What was happening was that I decided to give God a chance and study the Bible with some people. And what they did was that, in school, you need a teacher. It is just stupid to go into life without going to school. Even in Sweden and all over the world, the school is mandatory. You have to learn. It doesn't matter if you like it or not, you have to learn. And you know what? Later in life, you will appreciate it, knowing how to read and write, or even learning other languages. So it's mandatory. But somehow we think when it comes to God, we don't need teachers. We need teachers in everything else, but not when it comes to life. How is that possible? So I was so grateful that people were taking some of their time to show me what the Bible really says. Because even though it's just one book, it is a bit complicated at times. Yes, there are some parts of the Bible where you can say that, well, a child can understand this. But there are also more complicated things. And so I was so happy that some people were giving their time to sit down and explain things to me. And I understood that Jesus speaks the truth. There is nothing that this man says that I can alter or change for the better. It's just complete as it is. If I would take out one letter, one word, one sentence, or add something, I cannot add. It is impossible. It is perfect just as it is. So Jesus' life and his words, they are one. And I became just super inspired by that man. And then he says to me, come and follow me. And I thought that was like the best thing that could ever happen. Can I follow this man? Yes, please. Sometimes even today I may forget, but then I have brothers around me to remind me what I actually decided that long time ago. But then Jesus says, just like the scripture we just read, that when you follow him, you will get to know the truth. And the truth will set you free. And you might ask, free from what? And the truth about what? Well, the truth about yourself. The truth about God. And to be honest, I've done so much stupid things. That's why I had a black hole. So much sin, we call it sin. Sin is very simple. It's what is wrong. You know what is wrong. And so do I. And some people say there is no sin, but they still think people do wrong. Well, that's sin. It's very simple. And when we have done that, when we have committed sin, it's like, I need forgiveness. And then Jesus says, well, he can grant forgiveness. And you know what? I need that. I needed it then, and I need it today. Because I am not a perfect person. In no way, shape or form. But I am trying. And Jesus has given me a purpose to do it. And he has the truth. More than that, he is the truth. So when I follow him, I get a bit closer. And when I get closer to the truth, then I am also can be free. And that is why I became a Christian, to be free. And now, you know what? I can help others do the same. Thank you for listening. You know, guys, I've come to believe that the universe, it's a beautiful place, isn't it? Made of galaxies, and, you know, I love to study all of those things. But I come to understand one thing, that the universe is made of more than matter. It is made of things that matters.